We're here at the 2023 Fall BioStock Investor Meeting, and I'm joined by Iconovo's CFO, Henrik Simonsen. Welcome, Henrik.
Thank you. And it's great to be here at this event.
It's great to have you here. I'd like to start out with talking about Iconovo's position on the inhalation market. Where would you place Iconovo right now?
As a very strong, specialized provider of both inhalers and what comes on top of that or aside to that, which is formulation and analysis, because it's an inhalation program is not just the inhaler, it also requires a formulation, and we have strong competencies in that. And we're one of the few globally, actually, that have that position. There are only a couple of others that do the same as we do.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of Iconovo's business model, could you tell us a little bit about how that looks like?
Yeah, we basically have three different parts. We have for some time been working with small established players that want to enter into the inhalation field. And that now we label CDMO, as a contract development and manufacturing. And that's what we give to smaller and medium-sized and even larger partners that want to work with project inhalation. Mm-hmm. A second leg to the business platform or the business model is what we call license development. Mm-hmm. That's typically a generic company that comes to us and say, we want to make a better version of Astra's Symbicort, for instance, asthma medication, then we can work with them with a license agreement. And the final third part is the direct sales of inhalers to maybe bigger pharmaceutical companies that want just to have the inhaler. That's the third leg, you can say.
Yeah, okay. And you mentioned these three legs. Which of these would you say is most important financially speaking?
Well, they're all important, I would say. I wouldn't say one ranks higher than the other. But you can say a way to get access to some of the other legs, if you will, is to start up with a CDMO business. Take an example, we have collaborations with a smaller Danish company called Kiox Pharma, or Kiox Pharma, which wants to reformulate an existing drug into a drug that can work in rare lung diseases. Mm-hmm. The initial program starts there, but if it continues successfully, that could turn into a license agreement. Mm-hmm. It could also turn into a direct sale of an inhaler, again, if the program progresses as we want them to. So you can say the CDMO business is key, at least in the future, to get into the other parts of the business. But then we already have established businesses in licensing and in inhaler business. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just in terms of forward-looking mentions, what do you expect from Iconovo in the second part of 2023?
Well, I expect the business to continue on the trajectory it's had for the first 6 months of the year. I mean, we have seen good traction in the second quarter in terms of attracting CDMO partners, and I think that will continue. Whether they fall exactly in the third or the fourth quarter can sometimes be a little bit difficult to project because of negotiations, so they could go into 24 as well. Mm-hmm. But I think the trajectory we have is quite good. And then I hope we can update on some of the other programs that we are working with. We have an out-licensing program for IcoPre, this large program. We are hopeful that we can strike an agreement, but that will probably and most likely be in the first half of 24. Mm-hmm. And so I think these are some of the major events for the latter part of 23 and into 24. Mm-hmm.
Sounds very exciting, and we definitely look forward to following Iconovo in the coming months. And thank you so much for joining us at the event today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.